On America's Forum with Miranda Kahn, J.D. Hayworth on the anchor desk from Newsmax New York. Our friend on the left, Ellis Henican. We continue to monitor the proceedings at CPAC. Whole lot of interesting speakers. Of course, we just got a taste of what was going on with Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, let's take a live look now as we go to David Sherfinski of the Washington Times on the floor. Tell us what's happening live right now.
The judge is emphasizing the back half, that no warrant shall be issued except upon probable cause. But you realize, certainly any of you who came here by airplane realize, that not all searches are prompted or legitimated by a warrant. All right? That is, the overall standard has to do with reasonableness. And Lou, you're right.
What we're seeing right now, of course, is our good friend, General Michael Hayden, former head of the CIA and the NSA, and Lou Dobbs of the Fox Business Network is center stage moderating a debate because also Judge Andrew Napolitano, who is one of the civil libertarians of our time, they're discussing, of course, the classic challenge of securities versus liberty. Now I believe we have the phone ready. David Sherfinski of the Washington Times. Can you hear us, sir?
Yes. How are you?
Hey, doing fine, David. Just want to get your quick take. Presumably you've been on the floor, probably starting with the folks who were there yesterday. What is your take? Who got the biggest applause, and why, in your mind?
Well, I think one person who got a warm reception, probably pretty expectedly so, was Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. I mean, either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective, the debate over the Department of Homeland Security funding, I mean, is going on, right now on the Hill. And so, Ted Cruz, who famously stood and fought for Obamacare, or took the fight against Obamacare in the fall of 2013, was kind of calling out his own Republican leaders again as they try to navigate the same thing for Homeland Security. So that played really well with the crowd here. I think Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin was also received very, very favorably. His stock has been on the rise since he made the trip to Iowa last month with Congressman Steve King.
Isn't it, David, how important CPAC has become for all of these candidates. Let me ask you this. In the past couple of years, I've noticed that the social conservatives at CPAC seem to have faded a little bit, and the event has become more and more the playpen for the libertarian conservatives. Are you seeing the same thing this year?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, that's why it's so interesting. Like, you just played the clip of the debate between Andrew Napolitano and General Michael Hayden. I mean, a guy like Michael Hayden, he said something like, he's kind of in the lion's den here with the libertarian crowd. I mean, that's why you see someone like Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, win the straw poll for 2 years running. And, he'll be up pretty soon, I believe, giving a live speech this year. But yeah, I mean, compared to, say, the Values Voter Summit, which is and also an annual event in D.C., which attracts a much more social conservative crowd. CPAC is typically a little more younger, a little more libertarian, you're right.
So, David, this can be kind of a, wouldn't you say, J.D., kind of a make or break for some candidates?
Well, it's interesting. I heard David use the term lion's den.
Right. You want to know, I know.
Well, yeah, that's right. The whole Jeb Bush thing, he's doing a question and answer thing, right? Not even a traditional speech. Isn't that the case, David?
I'm sorry. Oh, yes, correct. Yeah, Jeb Bush, he and other speakers have sort of divided their time between taking questions. Marco Rubio sort of spoke and then took questions from Sean Hannity earlier this morning. But yeah, I mean, Jeb Bush is, he has a lot to prove. And we saw it yesterday. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to ask you, though, how critical is a CPAC for some of these potential presidential candidates?
Well, I mean, if you look at who populates the makeup of, say, voting in the Iowa caucuses, it's a lot of evangelical Christians, social conservatives. There is a distinct strand of libertarians in there too. So, I mean, it's not as if a presidential candidate is going to lose if they have a poor performance in Iowa necessarily, because Mike Huckabee won in 2008, Rick Santorum won in 2012. but they want to be able to sort of, give a nod to that date.
But David, we understand with about 30 seconds left, I want to get your comments on this. We understand the Bush advance people were working very hard in the exhibit halls last night trying to pave a way for Jeb to come in without being seriously heckled or challenged today. Is that true?
Well, I know that there is at least one man who one of my colleagues talked to yesterday who's planning to sort of stand up and walk out, sort of informal protest. So it wouldn't be surprising, yeah.
Well, we will see if they walk out. David Sherfinski, we ask you not to walk out. Stay there to monitor the proceedings. We hope to talk to you in the not-too-distant future. When we come back, Reverend William Owens, traditional marriage in the black community. Stay with us.